Hey everyone, it's Kai from WCC again. Haven't done these deck profiles in a while, but thankfully we got the next stage just came out and brought some Tri 3 stuff with some good old nostalgia. So we're gonna go through and do some deck profiles again, but this time I'll build the deck with just on screen. I'll show you my thought process on how I build it, which should be pretty good for everyone trying to, if they're new, trying to get into the game, or they want to learn how to build decks better maybe, at least in standard. Because, you know, 3 trial decks also got released at around the same time, so it's a perfect opportunity to get it out. So stay tuned. We're going to do Gear Chronicle today, and we will do the other ones soon. Alright, so let's bring up the other camera. Okay, so we're back here. We've got our trial deck. I've kind of opened it a bit so I don't have to look like a fool on stream. So let's grab out this, let's grab out the TD. Check this over there. We're gonna grab all the important cards from this set, or this trial deck at least. There's a few, and I didn't like this one, Chronojet Dragon. We want all copies of that. It's because it's pretty good. We're gonna run 4 Chronojet Dragon. All right. Grab this one out. This is your main grade 3. So when I think about this deck, Gear Chronicle, it doesn't run more than 4 grade 3s because it needs to run 4 grade 3s and probably around 6 strides or 6 grade 4s. So this part is very limited in the deck. So we're gonna grab the grade 4s that we want here. We only want 2 Metallica. We're gonna put in next stage as well later on. That means that if we're running 10 grade 3 and high cards, we only get to run 23 cards that are not, you know, between grade 1 and 2. So that means our ratios will suddenly be like 11 and 12. Because we need to run 17 grade 0s, because 16 triggers, and then 1 grade 0. So we've gotten all the grade 3s we want from here. So we got grade 1s that are good. This one is pretty good. Did we get 3? Pretty sure we get more than 3, right? Bearing Rover. This is just a nice stride fodder card, and then when it hits, you can discard 1, draw 1. So overall, pretty decent. Where's the last one? Here it is. It's hollow. Okay, so we've got 4 of that. So out of all those cards, we've basically found 10 cards we want in our deck, not including the triggers. I think the rest is just whatever. They can be used. I think like. So something like this Stroboscope Dragon is kind of nice too. If we want to use that, as like, it's just a nice grade 2 filler card. But apart from that, when I look at this deck, the grade 1 slot is pretty much mostly confirmed. There's only like, when we build these Vanguard decks in standard at least, there's only a few flex slots we have. So we're going to put this Stroboscope Dragon aside. We'll put it like here, alright? But let's grab out the triggers as well. So we got 3 of this guy, 3 crit here. 2 crit. We got a Null Guard. They give us 1 Null Guard per set. The heals look really nice. Heals look nice, yeah. We need a Quick Shield. Quick Shield is good too. So yeah, we need the starter. Starter is important. And this is our last crits. Did we get a Hollow crit? No. So they give us 7 crit. We want to probably pump that up to 8 crit, because, you know, when I think of Chronojet as well, it's a deck that runs Force 1. It's a deck that runs Force 1, so we want to stack up on the crits, because it's also a deck that draws pretty easily. So it's not like it needs extra draws. I don't really see players going to Force 2 as much, so yeah, Force 1 is where it's at, and that means we kind of want to stack up more on the critical triggers. Now let's grab some Gear Chronicle cards. So immediately I want to put in some next stage. Next stage is basically we'll just round out our top tier slot. Right here, yeah. So we run 4 next stage on main stride. Metallica Phoenix will be like our first grade 4 stride, and then pretty much be going to that the whole time. Another instant put in is a Steam Breath Dragon. This is just our grade 3 searcher. Because we run so little grade 3s, we want to max out on Steam Breath. And other cards that we kind of want to max out are, it's like Smoke Gear Dragon as well. So we'll talk about Smoke Gear Dragon in a bit, but these are pretty much the cards that we're interested in from the new set. So let's grab cards from the old set as well. So, well, older sets, not just the old set. So, start putting in our last crit. So, here's our last crit. Bam. So, we're running 8 crit. And now to finish off our grade 1s, so basically, since we're only running these 4 grade 3s, we want to try and be as consistent as possible and try and get our grade 3s as much as possible. So that means we want to really get more draw. And there's actually a card that is just absolutely bonkers. I don't know why they printed it. It's Chronojet Tiger, alright? I don't know why. It's just so good. Because you draw a card. When you ride this as the Vanguard, you draw a card at the beginning of the turn. It's just a straight up draw. And then when you discard it for like anything, right? You may counterblast one and just call it back as rested. So basically, it solves all your problems. Okay? Chronojet Tiger. Another card that we also want to put in though is Quickie Worker, because when we run out of strides in this deck, then we have issues. But now you're gonna kind of see that we're gonna run into some problems here, because we're gonna go overboard on our grade 1s. So we're gonna have to decide to cut something, and let's quickly just grab all of my cards out. So this is pretty much what we're running. Here we see a conflict again. Too many grade 1s. Too many grade 1s. So we have to decide what to cut. Okay. I wouldn't cut Steam Breaths just because I want that consistency. Chronojet Tiger just seems really amazing. It just gets you cards. So I don't really want to cut that. And this card will let us, you know, recycle our grade 4s, which is pretty important. So we've pretty much decided which 3 cards need to stay in. Unfortunately, this Bearing Rover guy, although he has like a Vanguard effect, he's like on hit, discard 1, draw 1. That's not a plus. It does help us filter to our grade 3. The other effect is that he can be a stride fodder. He counts as a grade 3 when you discard it. So basically, yeah, you can just discard that and you can stride. But do we actually need that? Because Smoke Gear's second effect also turns everything into basically grade 3s. So since this effect is not as needed anymore, we pretty much decided our grade 1 slot. Now, that is... it's not as confirmed as you think. Because if you're a new player, getting Chronojet Tigers can be very hard, okay? There's some glare here, okay. Getting Chronojet Tigers can be pretty hard. I think they cost a lot of money right now. So if you can't get it, then it's pretty much just like an easy fix, right? Just put Bearing Rovers in over this, and the problem is solved. So this is, if you can afford this, get this. If you can't, then this is fine too. Okay, just leave it there. Otherwise, if you think that out of all these 3, I feel like the one that you don't need the most is probably like a Quickie Worker. You might not need 4, so you can start replacing some of these for some Bearing Rovers, or just, you know, change the ratios around it. Now, onto the grade 2s, okay? There's some old grade 2s that are really useful in the deck. One is Urcab. I know some people disagree with Urcab because they say you don't really need him in Chronojet, and I personally disagree. He's just a great card that you can use Counterblast for to get an extra drive check. You can rush early with him, and it's a good discard outlet too. But the other card that you definitely need way more of is this card, is Steam Mechanic Nabu. Okay, you want 4 of this because the it combos really well with your Smoke Gear Dragon. So let's just grabbing them all out here. Yeah, so I think Nabu has risen in price though recently because she's just that good. She's that good. So here we go, Nabu, and so Nabu's effect is that you may bind a card. So does this work still? I'll just post it up. So Nabu's effect is you may, when attacks a Vanguard, you may bind a card from your drop zone, and then your opponent cannot call grade 1 or higher cards from his hand until the end of that battle. And then at the end of that battle, you may put this card into your soul and draw a card. So she has Guard Restrict. She goes into soul to draw a card to filter, and then which works well with Smoke Gear, because Smoke Gear you need a Soul Blaster card to get a draw. So she draws in, he gets another draw, and your soul stays fine. You actually do need quite a lot of soul in this deck. When you look at the what we're playing, Smoke Gear requires soul. Quickie Worker requires like 2 soul to get the plus. So from those alone, you're gonna use a decent amount of soul, which Nabu basically just fixes up for you. So definitely a 4 of Nabu. Smokier, I like at 4 and Urcab at 3. Urcab is also a really pricey card at the moment, so if you can't afford that, then that card that I was talking about before, you can use this instead. You can use Stroboscope Dragon. So you basically can run this one instead, or you can basically run any grade 2 as well. I've been looking through some of the grade. There's a few that stood out. I think it's here. We're Steambreaker Doodoo. Pretty dodgy name, but she's alright. She gives you power in the same column, so more power is kind of decent. And the other thing that you can consider is you can run the grade, like you can run these. You can run more crits if you want. So you can these kind of sentinels, but the good thing is that the 30k guards, they're crits, so they can be more. You can just do more damage early, and you know, you can discard like original nulls. You have to discard a card, so you're perfect guard. These ones are just 1 card guards, so against like power lines that aren't super high, but you know, just like mid-tier high, I guess, 1 card guards are pretty good. Otherwise, just replace, just throw in the nulls. Just throw in the nulls. Personally, for me, I do like the nulls better because I want to. I like the draw. I think 8 crit is fine for me. I like the draw and I like the security of the perfect guards. But yeah, apart from that, I think this is pretty much the list I would go with for now. Maybe let me move some of these across a bit so the glare doesn't ruin everything, I guess. So this is the list. Oh, that doesn't really help at all. Unfortunate, quite unfortunate. This is Chronojet Tiger. Yeah, so this is pretty much the list. If we count it up, there's 10 grade 3 or higher cards. Grade 2s, we're running 11. And then grade 1s, we're running 12. So that is 33 cards. And then the trigger lineup, we have 8 crit, 4 heal, 4 draw, and our starters right here. And yeah, so the main thing is, if you can't afford the Tigers, put in your Rovers, and then the rest pretty much it. Okay? So for me, I'll be playing this deck a bit. I'll be testing it out to see how good it is, and then I'll do some changes where I see fit. Maybe some ratios need to be changed. Maybe I want to run more crits. And that's pretty much that. So if you're having trouble building Gear Chronicle, this is how I would build it. It's technically not that crazy hard because a lot of the deck kind of just builds itself because, you know, basically just there's a lot of restrictions on what you want to have. If you want to run the 10 grade 3 or higher ratio, then yeah, you only have 12 and 11 places to play with. I know some people run 12 grade 2s and 11 grade 1s. I don't like going lower grade 1s than grade 2s. Just, I don't know. It's kind of a old habit of mine. I just prefer, you know, always wanting to ride grade 1s more and not getting stuck there. So that's it for Gear Chronicle. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you an Urcab man or are you not an Urcab man? Let me know. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. We'll be doing this for every single clan in the next stage.